Hello! In today's episode, I will be employing slave labor. Also, look at these builds behind me. Look at how beautiful they are. We constructed those in the last episode, and today we have another beautiful construction to build. For legal reasons, everything that I have said is a joke. And of course, I will only be employing perfectly willing volunteers to do labor for me. Come on, Colonel Skipper, let us go visit our new employees. These two individuals volunteered to be my employees when they jumped into this fence. I mean, surely you knew what would happen. You trapped yourselves. This had to have been obvious. So as I say, this is, of course, voluntary labor. They signed up. However, yes, today I will be building Villager Breeder. We will see if it functions correctly, and if it does, well, then I'll have villagers. I'll have a lot. So I'm going to be turning this house into a villager breeder. Let's take one last look at this house because I'm about to demolish it. I'm also about to do one of those cool transitions that YouTubers do where they spin in a circle and then boom, something's changed, and it's going to be beautiful, and I bet that everybody is going to look at it and they're going to be wowed by my editing skills. In 3, 2, 1, whoosh. Oh, and look at that, it's all gone. Isn't that magic? Isn't that incredible? Wasn't that a fantastic edit? I bet it was. I don't know, I haven't edited it yet, but it'll probably look pretty cool, I bet. This probably isn't even going to be enough space for today's build, so I think I will also have to delete this house. One cool edit is all I have in me today, to be honest with you. I'm done. No more cool edits, none. Instead, this is going to be a lame edit, probably just a jump cut. Transition, 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 transition. And just like that, 2 buildings are gone. They're both gone. And so now they're gone. Oh my gosh, I just realized I left my horse out of the pen. Where? Oh, I'm glad that you didn't run off. Come here, Colonel Skipper. Before I actually build anything over there, the first thing that I'm going to need to do is kind of clean up. There's a mess. It's a mess over here. A lot of the fields got destroyed in the process of building these windmills. I've got chests like these just everywhere. There's just holes in the ground where my horse was. I just need to do some cleanup before I get doing any new projects so that I don't end up with just a whole bunch of trash everywhere, because that's, I will do that. That will happen. If I try and put off organization for too long, I'll never be organized again. So it's time to clean this stuff up, to be honest. Oh my gosh, I forgot there's so much stuff in here. I forgot how rich I was. Okay, this is off to a great start. See, this is why I thought that chest was empty. I just had an entire double chest filled with resources basically sitting in there. Anyway, though, as I say, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clean this place up. I should clean this up too while I'm at it. Although, to be honest with you, the starter base is a bit more of a mess. Hello, bees. Oh, hello, bees. Yeah, I completely forgot about these guys, too. I moved them in here in the last episode, and here they still are. I really should build a place for the bees to go, but honestly, I just am not doing that today, because I've got other priorities. Creating perfectly fair and incredibly well-paid workers. Hello, doggos. How are you guys faring? Are you guys liking the bees? You like the company?
No.
Oh, but don't worry, I'll get them out of here eventually. What do you have to say about it, dog number 2?
Everyone subscribe.
Oh, great advice, dog. Don't my dogs just have the most beautiful and calming voices? Anyway, I'm gonna actually get this place cleaned up. I will be right back with you. Oh, frickin'. I was just trying to record a clip, man. Can you not? Can we not? Jeez, I'm trying to record a clip. Leave me alone. Don't you know I have things to do? Okay, as I was saying, I've gotten this area cleaned up now, mostly. There's a few things, like this hole is still here, but I'm not done working on this area. As you can see, the terraforming is not complete. I will want it to look like this. But for the most part, it's cleaned up. The chests are gone. All my resources are moved back into my house. The fields have been cleaned up, and it's just a lot nicer. So now it's time to get working on my new build for today. The reason I had so much stuff to move back into the house is because I tend to over-collect, and so I should have leftover resources to build the build for today with. There are definitely some things that I will need that I don't have, but let's see what all I do have. So I'll need bricks, which I have a decent amount of. That's okay. I'll need granite, which I have a decent amount of. That's good. Deep slate, which I have a decent amount of. Tuff, which I have a decent amount of. Blackstone, which I also have a decent amount of. Moss, which I have a decent amount of. That's good. And I know I'm gonna need more mud, which I don't have, like, any. So I guess I need mud. I think I'll be using a lot of mud, so it might be a good idea to build like a little automated mud making machine. Maybe a semi-automated mud making machine. Call that the SAMMM, or Sam. Let's see if I can use my redstone skills to create something here. Do I have redstone anywhere? I'm a redstone genius, so this will be easy to figure out. And so I think this is really all that I might need, maybe. Or I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's see if I can construct a thing. Here I am in my redstone testing world. Okay, so the only thing I know is that this has to be this. Right, there has to be water bottles here that will dispense into the dirt when I place it. So that makes sense. So I only want a signal to go when I place dirt block. I don't know what I just did. What? What? How did I do this? What? I may be a genius. What? I officially am confused. I said, this is it. This is the contraption? I did it? So I think what I've done is I've powered a repeater, and when I put a block here, the block is powered by the repeater, and that block being powered powers the dispenser, which I just destroyed because I forgot I was in creative mode. So I've accidentally done it. Now, the only problem I have left to solve is that I need these water bottles to refill themselves. Which, how now do I do that? Okay, well, first thing I did is implement an on-off switch. So what this does is I flick this lever, and then it pushes down the redstone block, which powers this block, which turns off that torch, which turns on this torch. So now the machine is on. And so now when I do it, it will eject bottle, right? But if I turn this off, there's no power here anymore because the redstone block is pulled up. And so now it does nothing. That's cool. So somehow I need to now suck empty bottles out of here, I think. Okay, so per my science, this works here. If you dispense an empty bottle into water, then it fills the bottle. Now I have to somehow apply this knowledge up here.
2,000 years later.
Guys, my brain is broken. I tried building an auto sorter back here. I don't know if it worked because this is the one I don't. All of the things are going to get sucked into this hopper, which I don't want either. Right, so this whole idea is just not working, and I don't understand. I don't know what to do.
2,000 years later.
Okay, I might have something here. So if I place my dirt here, okay, that goes off, and this has no empty glass bottle. And then in this hopper, there is oh, I've done it. I am a genius. I am so smart. I am incredible. Okay, so I will now explain my redstone prowess. So we have this contraption, which I already built. I built this little extending thing right here. So here's a redstone dust. So when this block gets powered by this repeater, it powers this dispenser, and it also powers this redstone dust, which will then power the block that it's on, which powers this repeater, which is the exact same mechanic we're essentially using to actually deploy these bottles right here. And so now what I've done is I've taken this hopper and I filled it with glass bottles, and then I filled this dispenser with glass bottles, and so the only thing that can possibly be sucked into the hopper is an empty glass bottle. Then the empty glass bottle will now be sucked down into the hopper and go into this dispenser, where it will then fire into this water, filling it up. And now that it's filled, since these are all full with glass bottles, this water bottle will just be in this water block, and it'll get sucked into the hopper and ends up here, right? Does that make sense? I don't know. It barely even makes sense to me. So now what I have to do is I have to bring that water bottle and put it back into this dispenser, and it has enough, it should recycle the bottles, so I shouldn't ever lose any bottles.
2,000 years later.
I think I've done it here. I think this is it. I think I did it. I think I built a genius redstone. So now what happens after the water gets dispensed is it just kind of goes into this dropper tower, and then it'll go right back into here. So I think maybe I'm a genius. So if I take my dirt block and then I do this. Oh wait, I have to turn the thing on. Turn on the machine, do this. And this will be full again. And I don't think I lose any bottles, so this is full. Yeah, okay. So this theoretically works. I'm trying this with an efficiency shovel. So theoretically, I place, break, place, break, place, break. Because as long as I do it this way, I don't think it can break.
12 seconds later.
It's breaking. It's breaking all right. I think the problem is maybe that it's just flying out of here before the hopper can pick it up. So if I cover this, maybe now it won't break. It doesn't seem to fully be working. Why? How am I getting regular glass bottles up here? What is going on? I think that the problem is that this takes too long. I think there's too much delay. So there must be a better way to move these items back, move these bottles back up here. Or maybe what I could do is try to have it so that there are extra glass bottles that are waiting to fill this back up. What if I fill this with extra glass bottles? Maybe? I'm kind of confused. Will this work? If I just have extra, because it takes a while, I don't know. Hold on. If I can go through a whole stack and the machine doesn't break, as long as this stays filled with water bottles and I don't lose any, then we'll be okay.
12 seconds later.
Nope, it's already broken. It's completely broken. There are extras in here. They're just not going in here. Okay, I will fix this, and then I will be back because I don't even understand what's happening anymore. So I just will fix this, and then I will return maybe.
2,000 years later.
Okay, I did it, and it works, I think. It's done. It's finished, and I did it. I guarantee you with 100% certainty that there are definitely far easier ways to build something like this, but I built this all by myself. 100%, no help whatsoever, so I'm happy. It fully functions. It does not break. I'm now powering the dropper tower using a observer clock here, which can thankfully be turned off with the machine, as it, again, just moves the observer out of the way. But this way, it's just constant pulses being sent through, so the water bottles are going up faster, which means they all make it back into this dispenser without getting stuck in here. And it does what it needs to do, and if there is a way better way to do it, don't tell me, because I want to be happy with this machine, okay? Now that this functions, I guess the next step is going to be to actually build it in my survival world. And now, my redstone testing world has one redstone contraption. Amazing. After building my absolutely ingenious redstone contraption in my survival world, I decided that I would also want to use some jungle wood and some bamboo on my build. And so I had to go find a jungle. And so I got in a boat and I started going, and the nearest jungle was like super far away. And so I was in a boat for a long time. And I also found a savanna when I was on my journeys. And so I took some acacia wood with me just because, like, I mean, I was already there, so I might as well grab it. And then I went and I got some jungle wood from the jungle, which was really far away. As you can see, it's very far. And I collected the wood, and then I went back, and it was also very far to get back. And frankly, it's so far that it's kind of obnoxious. It's just like super far. Okay, so today's build is going to be a little bit experimental on my part, so we'll see how it turns out. But as you can see behind me, I've constructed this nice block palette, so I'm going to try and explain my plan before we get going. Now, the walls are going to be primarily made up of these brick and mud colors, the kind of red to brown gradient that works pretty well in my opinion, as you can see here. And typically what I would do is leave the walls mostly these brick colors, this main block, mostly what I would do is leave the wall as these 4 blocks, mostly as this palette, and then use other kinds of blocks to detail the build. However, today I want to try and mix in a second color palette into the build in kind of a splotchy way. I don't know, something I've not done before. I almost want to use these gray textures as stains or as decay on the build or something. It's a little bit difficult for me to explain, but I'm gonna have a lot of patches of gray mixed into the walls. Now, the reason I say this is experimental is because this is gonna make the build pretty busy, and not everyone's a huge fan of busy builds, so I don't know if everyone's gonna like this build or not. I don't even know if I'm gonna like the build or not, but we'll see. I do want to be a bit intentional with the texturing of these gray blocks, and so I'm going to try and use them in areas where I think it would make sense for the walls to be stained or whatever, maybe around windows or doors or places like that. Now, the roof is going to be made up of mostly blackstone with probably some deep slate mixed in. And there's not going to be very many details on the walls because it's already going to be so busy and there's already going to be so many different kind of blocks in the build. I don't want to overwhelm the eyes. And in order to kind of make all of these blocks, because there are going to be like 8 different blocks I'm using just texturing the walls, in order to make it so that's not super overwhelming or just like really hard on you, I'm going to cover a lot of it with foliage. As you can see, there will be some foliage, and that's going to be a real eye catcher. I think it's going to be something for you to kind of focus on the build, and a splash of color in an otherwise mostly bland color palette. Or I wouldn't say bland, but it's definitely very toned back, not very bright or vibrant or anything like that. Now, as I typically do, I do a bad job at describing what the build is really going to end up looking like. So I'm just going to get this build built, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. Hopefully everything I'm saying here will make more sense than maybe, though making sense has never really been my strong suit. It was at this point that my replay mod crashed, so you don't get to see the rest of the time lapse, and I guess we're going to go to the finished build now. Alright, we're just about there. I downloaded a brilliant new texture pack, which makes string invisible. As you can see, well, you can't see because it's not there. This means I can place vines all over the place and they won't grow and no one will know. Look at that. It's so nice. This is the greatest thing I have ever installed. This is the greatest edition of Minecraft I have ever made. Invisible string, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to find a more reliable way to get a hold of more string because of this, because I'm going to abuse this invisible string, definitely. But with that, the build is pretty much done on the exterior, I think. Obviously, I'll need to do a little bit more terraforming around the area. Oh, wait, I forgot doors. Now, of course, as I said, I think that this build is going to be relatively subjective. I'm still happy with this. I know it's busy, and not everyone likes really busy builds, but I really do think the block palette works really well together. And this gives the idea of like a really, really run down, overused kind of factory type building maybe, and I'm actually really happy with it. I think it turned out really nicely. I'm not sure if it's like my favorite thing I've ever built, but I do think that it's good. You can really see how on the texturing is just kind of there's patches of these darker blocks that are really breaking up this brick texture, and I'm using like the mud to transition it a little bit better into the gray palette there, and I think that it blends really nicely. Now, of course, I didn't build this building for no reason. I want to put a villager breeder in here, so I'm going to do that now. And this entire village I'm going to transform into more of an industrial area that's going to have small farms, maybe big farms, but small farms, and it's going to be not necessarily all in this exact style. Maybe some other builds will be in this style, but it's definitely going to be like an old rundown industrial city kind of vibe is what I want to go for. And some of these buildings, like brick buildings, especially in cities, can get really worn down to the point where they might as well look like they're about to fall apart. And that's kind of what I wanted to go with here. And I think I did a pretty good job of emulating that. And so now I just have to make this build practical. I don't want to make an auto villager breeder because I don't want to have an overflow of villagers, because when I don't need a bunch of villagers, there'll just be villagers piling up. If you've built a villager breeder, you know what I'm talking about. The villagers will just keep on breeding and they'll never stop, and if they don't stop having children, then you have a ton of villagers and you just don't know what to do with them, and then you have to like murder them. So I will just throw food in here. That's what I'm gonna do. But I want to get like a super basic interior thrown down, I think. Now this floor down here is gonna be a floor where I can kind of keep a little bit of a second base over here. I can keep a little bit of storage of things I might need to run this farm, and a bed, and you know, some stuff like that. So this is gonna be my space down here. And then up this staircase out the side here, this is where we will be having villagers. This is where 2 villagers will be, and they will just kind of like breed. Just do a really simple roof right here. Just clean it up a little bit. This place does not need to be extravagant looking because it's just going to be 2 villagers kind of like breeding all day, all night, you know. And then I want to have beds over here. And I think, according to my tests anyway, that these villagers should be able to see the beds over here through the trapdoor, since the villagers don't like recognize trapdoors as things that exist. And so they should be able to see the beds through here, but they can't actually get to them. Only the baby villagers can get to them. And so the baby villagers are going to be able to run just like through here. And then I will have beds in here, but the villager will fall down. Let me build this and then I will explain. So I'm going to have beds right here. I'll have 3. I only have 1 on me. I'll have beds there, and then I'll just flip these trapdoors like this. And so when the baby villagers run to try and get to the bed, they think they can cross these trapdoors, but they can't, so they'll fall down. It's a bad example. They'll fall down here. Or maybe, can they get over this? I think they'll fall down here. And then from here, I'll be able to collect them. For now, it will just be something like this. And they'll collect somewhere down here, and I'll be able to somehow get them out of here. That's not my concern for today. Here are beds. And here will go villagers. I'll just do this for now. And the villagers might get stuck down there, so then I can figure out how to collect them later. I need to get villagers into here, which is going to be a little bit tricky. I think the easiest way to do this is to give these villagers jobs, and then get them up here, and then take their jobs away from them. So, you see this job? Yes, villager? Hello? You see this job? Come work. Now, I shall place another composter up here. No, this is not a another barrel, just like so. And I shall remove your job from you. Yes, now go to that job. Go on. Just like that, of course. Perfect. Okay, last job right here. Now go work that job. It's right there, right around the corner. You can do it, buddy. Go. Yeah, success! Okay, I'm just gonna do the exact same thing and hope that works twice in a row. You don't, no leave. Stay put. Okay, we got the other one in there. Go on in. Excellent. And I'm done. I've done it. All right, you guys don't need jobs. You're now unemployed. And of course, these idiots can't get out. Because of my genius engineering, of course, I have placed trapdoors. And since there's a trapdoor elevation above the block they're standing on, this isn't enough space. Villagers need 2 full blocks to be able to walk there. Too tall. So they can't get out. I have no idea if anything I've said made any sense. But they're stuck. This will be cool if it works, because we'll get to see the little guys run across there before they go to their, their forever home. The good news is, after the last episode, I have an obscene amount of wheat, so I can make a lot of bread. Now, I think villagers need, 2.5 stacks of food in order to breed effectively? Okay, villagers, I have a gift for you. Let me in. Let me in. I can't get in. There might be a flaw in the design. I'm stuck outside. Okay, we made it. We're good. Do you guys want bread? Come now and receive bread. Yes, come here and receive more bread. Receive the bread. Come on, receive it. Oh, they're doing it? They haven't even received all the bread. Am I wrong about how much bread they need? Guys, is this the optimal position? They're mad. Something's wrong. I'm not sure what's wrong. Can they not see the beds over here? This is going to be a real flaw in the design if they can't. They must not be able to see these beds. I'm not sure why. What if the bread is right, or what if the bed, not bread, bed. What if the bed is right there? You can't go sleep, but can you now breed? There's a serious flaw in this design. I can't get in. They won't let me in the front door. You can't leave. You cannot escape. Accept your fate. Come on, let me through. Okay, thanks. I need to get these dinguses inside. Come inside the building. Come on, get in here. Yeah, get a job. You get a job too. There's 2 barrels. There's 3 barrels. Come on, get a job. I need you to move from this spot. Yes, move. Get down. Get down. No, get a job. Why won't this guy get employed? Get employed. Look, I need you to get out of there or I will murder you. Move. My tests are going horribly wrong. I can't even get this idiot to get out of the thing. Can you move for a second? Can you guys I will murder both of you and find new villagers. I will do it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That is exactly what I thought you would do. I just need to keep these guys completely contained in here, to be honest with you, and I don't want them trying to leave through this door constantly, because that's annoying. I don't understand how villager sightlines work, clearly. Do they now create child? Instant child. Instantaneous child. Okay, well, they can jump up on the railing, too, so this is just a fail on every possible regard. This is a fail. This is the largest failure known to mankind. I mean, in theory, the baby... Can you see bed, baby? Go jump on the bed. Come on, do it. Oh, wait, he's going. Get out of the way. Okay, so this would work. I think the stupid infant has fallen. I've done it. Okay, so my thought is maybe that this will be fine, actually, because what if I just simply move. Let me sit. Let me place block. Let me place bed. What if I put 2 beds there? I don't know what to do. If I remove this block, can you see this bed? There's no way. That won't work. Maybe if these beds are claimed by these villagers, then their child will go jump on the bed over there, and my plan will still work. Maybe? All right, so now I have a new way up and down. I can just go up and down this way, maybe? Hello? Can I? I'm up. Okay, so I can go up and down this way now, in case I need to come up here for some reason. A maintenance entrance, so we'll call that. I just gave them the rest of the bread that I had, and they have not created another baby. Now, why is that? Do you need a 3rd bed up here? I don't understand how villagers work at all. Oh, wait, they're doing it again. They're making a child. Hold on, move. Can you make a child with 2 beds in here? You can. Okay, so then if I put a 3rd bed here, does the child just use these beds, or... will the child, for some reason, actually use the beds over there? Yeah, they're just using these beds. That's great. That's good. Not really surprising at all, I must say. The child's out there. Maybe the child will just go to the what is it doing? You're dumb. It's a dumb idiot. My current thought now is maybe if I don't even know if this will make any sense. If I kind of cover these beds, will the child go to that bed to jump? It might have. Did that work? If this works, I will be flabbergasted. I've just been randomly doing things. If this makes the breeder start doing the thing where the villagers do the breeding, then it will be a huge success. Can these beds still be viewed as, viable beds now? Can you two still do the deed? Is this gonna work? Okay, so they're making love. They're doing the thing. Come on now, give birth to a child. One of you. Don't. Oh, nope, they're mad. Why are you mad? Did these make it unviable for a child to be born? No, apparently. So if I place the slabs back, will the child run out there and go to those beds? It looks like it. Oh. Nope, he fled the scene. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, so I need to do something about the railing here, I guess. I thought that this would be... I didn't think that they could jump that high. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. Oh, wait, what? No, it made it. It made it, so we may be good. I think it's... As long as it sees the bed here, which it should. I thought it jumped off, but it must have came back here and then... I don't know. It made it in there. We're going to call that a success. So here's my thought, all right? I need to make a way for these beds to be covered like so, but only when I want them to be. And there's a very simple solution to this, I think. I'm just going to go grab some pistons real quick. Okay, so my new experiment is beginning, right? Okay, I think I shall put sticky pistons just like so, and then I shall just put some blocks on the sticky pistons just like so. I guess I want to make sure that this is enough space for them to want to breed. How did you get out? Yeah, go back in. Go on. You can get out, but not in. I see. No, get back over here. Get over here. Get over here now. Get over here. No. What? No. Hold on. I can save the day. Take your jobs. Take jobs now. Take jobs. Hey, guys. Hey, idiots. Come on. Take jobs. Job. You see the work, don't you? Go back inside. How did you even get out here? Go become employed. Come on. Oh, what are you doing up there? What are you doing? Go inside. He teleported. It's in bed. Now you, come on. That bed is not one that you can rest in. Oh, I fall. Where are you going? Where are you going? Go inside the house where there is a bed for you. Come on. Bed is literally like 12 feet away from you. Get inside. Go. Now what? You have one way you can go. Literally one. Come on. Get in here. Bro, what? I didn't realize we had the dumbest villager to ever exist on this planet in the room with us here. That trap door was preventing you. Get. Okay, they're mad. Can you breed now? Or is breeding not a thing with blocks here? Or what? Nope, they're still mad. So these blocks can't be here. Can you breed now? Okay, what if I move the pistons up a block? Does this count as covered? So will the baby so not only... what? Okay, so this entire idea is scrapped. There's literally no way that this will work. I don't know. The baby villager will only go through the door if the beds aren't here or are blocked, but the villagers won't breed without them, so I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a conundrum, and I don't really want to change this entire build. I mean, I just built it. It's already built. It's been built. I don't want to change the build. It works. It functions. This part does. What if I suspend the beds in midair? This way, the kid can't get to them. Does this make any sense? Let's see if this works. Come on, guys. I believe in you. You can do it. Do it. No! Why is no child creation happening? I don't understand. Do they not have access to these beds now? So they can't, have a new plan. None of my plans have worked so far, but maybe this one will. If this somehow works, this would be a miracle, I feel like. There's no way. At this rate, I feel like the solution might just be that I'm gonna have to come up here and do this whole thing manually. We'll see. This might be my last attempt. I genuinely can't come up with any other ideas outside of changing the entire build to make these beds more, I guess, viewable for these guys. Come on now. This one's gotta work. Make the child. Make a child. Nope, they're mad. Okay, I went ahead and did a little bit of terraforming out the front here. I mean, it's all very simple. It's a path and some grass and stuff. But I do think it helps with the overall aesthetic. I mean, the terraforming always helps with the overall aesthetic. But anyway, while I was doing this, I came up with a genius idea to fix this problem in here. I'm actually not certain this will work. I haven't tested it, but I think it will. Can you find a different place to stand, maybe, so I can go up there? Okay, I'm gonna throw you bread this way. Take your bread. Hopefully now I can actually get in there. So I think now give birth. The beds are right there. So if they can't, you're seriously telling me you can't see the beds? Are we blind now? Honestly, at this point, the fact that this didn't work has made me the most confused anyone's ever been. What are the requirements for villagers seeing beds? Maybe those slabs are blocking their eye line. Maybe I replace the slabs with trapdoors. If this doesn't work, I will, be angry. Don't move. Okay, now can we see? Wait, a baby ran out the door. Whoops. That's definitely something to consider. There we go. Now that problem will be solved. But I mean, it worked. Somebody wants back inside now? You may enter. Okay, so did it go? Okay, look. So, right. The baby will be able to go under the trapdoors, try to go to the bed, and fall down here. Okay? The next step is, yes, now they see this bed. It's a bed chain, a chain of beds. So all that I've done is I've really simplified the whole thing. And so now the villagers can see the beds up here, right? They can't get to them because of the trapdoors. And so when they see the beds, they give birth to a baby. And the baby sees these beds. And the baby's like, as we know from my experiments, is like, oh, I'm going to go jump on these beds. And so they'll try to run to the beds, but they'll fall. Oops. They will fall down here because, they'll run over the trapdoors and they'll end up down here. And now they can't get to these beds anymore. And also due to my knowledge that I've gained during my experiments, they can't get to elevated beds. They don't recognize them as, I guess, viable beds. And so the only bed that they can possibly go to is this bed right here. And then, boom, they go down there and boom. The downside of this strategy is that the interior now is... Well, to be honest, I don't even care. It's absolutely horrible, but, like, whatever. However, now this fully works, so all that I have to do if I want new villagers is to run up here, open the door, and then throw bread into the room, and then the villagers will breed, and then everything else will happen all on its own, and then when I want to pick up the villager, I just run over here, and boom, there they are. And I'll figure out how to get them out of there later. And so I did it. I did it, and it's done, and I did it. In the next episode, we'll continue work with villagers, and I'm going to start to get a trading hall with a few villagers built up, which should be just as fun as this episode was. Somehow, my mental sanity has remained intact until the end of the episode, which is good. And with that glorious success, this glorious episode is now coming to an end, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, then seriously consider subscribing and liking the video and all that good stuff. If you subscribe, then I will give you a high five. Wait, I can't do that. Never mind. However, something cool will probably happen, and that's that you'll get notified of my next upload, and so do that. And other than that, have a good day, and goodbye.